good. Got that. Check up on a couple things. Alright, let's go ahead and get this done. Oops, I don't think I ever did grab the thingamaburb, did I? Nope, I did not. Coopy. Looks good enough to me. Go ahead and close that out. And dogs. Suddenly dogs. Whatever, I don't understand this stupid thing. Oh well. There we go. Alright, let me go ahead and get my mouse on the screen. Sure, I had all this stuff done, but I tested out the game to make sure it was working. I'm actually going to get up for a moment because I'm pretty sure it plays an unskippable cutscene that y'all get to watch. I'll be right back. Alright, welcome to Tutorial Land. Yep, we have 4 characters. Each have their own individual tutorial thing to go through. So we're going to start with the girl in first class, which you can change the name to from every single character that you play as. So you can change her name from Virginia to something else, but we're just going to keep it default. 2 weeks before the fateful encounter. I'm not going to read any of this out, so... Alright, this is officially the first level of the game, or the tutorial level. I already know how to do a lot of this stuff since I actually did play through this game quite a bit back on whenever I had the PS2 set up. And this is how combat works. It's quite different from old action RPGs. That does something new. Let's see, so we got our... If you hit triangle, you'll actually see the stats of whatever this does right here. Like this, perform a special ability to consuming required FP, displays inventory, reduces damage and reloads your gun, and mediums, which we don't have any because this is tutorial. So obviously we're going to shoot them with our guns, or arms I should say. As you see down at the bottom there, you have Virginia's stats, her HP and FP. FP stands for force points, and those will go up as she shoots or takes hits or dodges. Gobs normally use recklessness, which normally misses, but on very rare occasions, well, on standard occasions, you get hit. As you see on this screen, there's a couple other things. You have until your next level, how much XP you have, if she has any special status conditions, which right now she doesn't have any, so it's condition green. You have Vitality, which is that meter there from 100, which refills your HP at the end of every battle until it empties. Once it's emptied, you don't recover any more HP, and obviously you have her level. And then down at the bottom, Gela is obviously the money of the currency of the game. Also, I believe if you hit select button there, you get to see the little picture in the background. And that will change constantly throughout a conversation. I'll try not to speed past through conversations. You do kind of have books here, which you can read for lore, but if you want to know more of the lore of the game, I recommend you just pick it up or try to emulate it if you can. Which I know that you can actually get this game on the PS4 store in glorious 1080p. And this isn't a bad game, it's pretty good. Yep, I got Tinder Crests, which are... Oop. Basically, you have the ability to skip battles, but you have to sacrifice some of your ECN gauge, which is up at the top left, if you want to be able to skip the battles. Or you can just wait till the battle begins and move around. So you do get a little bit of extra time to decide whether or not you want to skip a battle or take it on. There will be 3 kinds of exclamation points. White, which means it's skippable. Green, which means that you can skip it without worry because it's a really low leveled enemy. So you can skip it without spending any of your gauge. And then red, which means that you're either going to get ambushed or they're just too powerful and you have to fight them. And you'll notice as I'm attacking, there's a little cancel bar, which you can cancel your turn, to cancel what you're going to do to react to what an enemy did. So like if you need to do a quick heal or something, you can. Now with our Tinder Crest, we can light stuff on fire. And we have infinite ones of them, so don't worry about just like throwing them like crazy. We'll be participating in most fights because I want to level up. Because as your character gets stronger, so does your arms don't technically get stronger. Here in this room, they haven't taught you it yet, but if you hold circle, or in my case, B, yeah, sneak. Some of these floors will fall off from underneath you, so you will fall off. It kind of sucks because you can't get up to that ladder, even though you think you can. But that's how you sneak around. I think it lowers the chance of getting in a random battle. Device is keeping this. Yep, so that means you can come back to this area. It doesn't mean once you're finished with it, it doesn't completely lock you out of it. Oops. I definitely did not mean to hit the circle button to cancel that fight. You see, it drained my ECN bar by 2 points. Fortunately, that door is not going to open anytime soon, if I remember correctly. But these white crystals will help you out. Orange ones for replenish your vitality gauge. White ones will fill up your ECN gauge. So we're just going to grab 2 of those and move into the room over here. Yeah, if I hit triangle, you can see that we have some stuff. Heal berries allow you to heal. Good metal coins allow you to save whenever you feel like it, or restart a battle. And revive fruit obviously revives your allies if they go down. I like how you can always see your play time at the bottom and how much money you have. Here you're just going to be fighting gobs, so don't think anything's going to get too special right away. I think I always like this combat a little bit better. I'm playing through the second one now on the PS Vita, because I can carry it around. Too bad I can't emulate get it for the Wild Arms 3 for the PS Vita, or I would be freaking playing that constantly. Oh, we are now out of vitality, which is not good, but we leveled up, which is good. Which means now we're going to rely on our healing items to heal after the battle, opposed to just healing. Let's see how much each crystal recharges it by 5 for each one. Unfortunately, during that first combat, we took a lot of damage, which drained it really fast. Most standard battles involve you defending, shooting, casting magic. Yes, there is magic. Like I said, it's just that in this tutorial stage that she does not have that. Many carrots allow you to raise your FP bar in battle. Fortunately, we're at a cutscene. Yep. If you do this, you can see special items like that right there. You see that triangle there? Yeah, that's interactable. Face the wheel and grasp it. Firmly grasp the wheel. Damn, grasp it. There, you have to hold X, which is kind of annoying. But there you go, we turn the wheel and boom, door opens. And here's everything that they stole from us. Let's go ahead and take it back. We got some money. Here you go, he's going to tell you what I was told you, which is basically you can save whenever you feel like it or restart a battle using a Gamel coin. We're going to throw all these boxes because normally there's some good stuff in them. And I want it. Duplicators will allow you to open up magically sealed rooms and chests, which there will be a lot of every now and then. Now you know how she learned how to shoot. Alright, now we need to go over to the other side, use this. Oh yeah, I forgot you can't access the inventory while you have a white exclamation point like you can in the second one. I swear you can cheat quite a lot and cheese the second one quite a lot. Because what you would do in this Wild Arms 2 is to avoid a battle, you just press your tool button and it will just cancel out the fight. But no consequence. Alright, in order for us to use a duplicator, we actually have to use it from the inventory, and boom, door gone. Welcome to our first boss battle. Fortunately, this is a gimmick boss, so it's not really an official boss battle. You'll figure out the gimmick in a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and reload. Defending is stupidly useful in this game. Now this tells you about FP. What force power is really used for. Which we are going to use the force power. Right after I reload again. Because in order to make use of the ability that I just explained, which is Gatling, the more ammo you have in the gun, the more times you can shoot. We're going to shoot him a lot. Tell him to eat it. Just like that, he's gone. Like how the boss punches that guy and they all are like, oh god, the boss is dead. And then they run away. Just because a couple men show up. I try to do that every once in a while so you can see what the character looks like. I like Virginia's character. And that's the end of her tutorial stage. Hopefully I can get through all the tutorial stages or areas before I run out of time. I got D&D today. Yeah, I do kind of have a save, which is the prologue save, which I was testing out the game to make sure it was working at least at some capacity. Now we have the next chapter select. Now we can't no longer select Virginia. Next we're gonna go with Jet. 1 week before the fateful encounter. Always find it funny that people in these games have a hard time getting money when you could just go out and shoot a couple monsters and just be loaded with money at some point. Doomed to obscurity. Let's see. Like I said, I already know what to do. Yes, you can jump down ledges in this game, but you can't go back up unless you walk up some stairs. Every character plays a little bit differently, which you're going to have to utilize it, which is his tool and Virginia's tool. His tool is the boomerang. You throw it, it comes back, hits a wall, it'll fall down. So that's how you utilize it. You'll be switching between all these characters to use their various tools. Man, look at that treasure chest. It's right there, but we can't grab it. Because there's a pitfall trap right there. Or the floor just gives way. Yep, you can shift around the camera to get a better perspective. Instead of being locked just, facing one direction. Alright, I'm gonna jump down here instead of taking the stairs. We're gonna hit the button. Get some cash, and we're out of this room. Now this thing is going to teach you something, which is these traps here. Hold X to start running, and you'll run right past the trap. Every trap's a little bit different when you first encounter them, so just pay attention. It should turn out alright. Oh god, somebody softened puppies. Yeah, Jet is kind of a jerk. But like he says, he's an outlaw, not really a drifter. You can talk to all these people that can give you various information about that. Alright, let's get out of this room. Got more deadly traps to run past. This is actually kind of bad because I need to participate in more fights. You know, Jet's level 3. This will be much stronger though. I'm gonna grab the chest here. We at least won't want to have to come here multiple times, but we will have to come back in the future. Pick up the stuff that we couldn't get, like the chest at the beginning, which we fell down a hole before we got grab it. I'm actually gonna let this fight happen. So Jet doesn't have two pistols like Virginia does. He has a machine gun, which he unloads people with. And if you can take a look at that, whenever I high-load over the gun, you have 3 out of 4. That's how many bullets he can shoot. Well, how many rounds he has before he has to reload. Right there was critical damage. I'm surprised Virginia didn't do more critical damage whenever I was playing as her. Yeah, we could just do this and do that, but we just flip here on top and just walk across, which is so much faster. We haven't really taken any hits, so we don't really need the vitality crystals. Yeah, Skyrim's kind of here to teach you that you can do this, and it's stupidly faster. Need all the healing items we can find because they're going to be used at some point. We haven't skipped any fights, so we don't have to worry about ECM gems. Or ECN gems, not ECM. Well, and how we needed some vitality crystals. Gonna wait here for a moment because I don't really want to get in the fight when I'm running past traps. While I was testing it, a fight happened right as soon as the trap hit, and then I got hit by the trap after the fight ended. It sucked. Because whenever you get hit by a trap, everybody in your party loses HP for it. So you did get penalized for getting hit by traps. To revive fruits, a Gamel coin. Basically, some of the areas are going to be set up similarly. So, just in case you decided to go with a different character first, you still run into a little mini tutorial about Gamel coins and stuff like that. Welcome to the second tutorial boss fight. Shoot, I forgot. It costs points in order for you to cancel. Shoot, we gotta continue shooting it then. I don't really use cancel too much, so... Oh, by the way, whenever you run out of ammo, you have to punch them with your gun. It's not very effective, so you're better off just blocking and reloading. There we go, force level up. Then we're going to use Accelerator. Which, in other words, Accelerator allows us to take our turn first, no matter what. For the cost of 25 force points. And all we had to do was just use it once to win this fight. Alright, let's leave. There's clearly nothing else here. Yeah, I like how people just let their children play in dangerous temples where they get pierced by spears. You would obviously notice this wall, but you wouldn't have been able to open it without him. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. We have a couple more puzzles to solve in order to get out. When I say puzzles, I mean we gotta climb this grating. Unfortunately, due to not playing this in a very long time, I remember some portions of it, but not a lot of it, so I might end up having to pull up a guide to remember what to do. Like in good old-fashioned old RPGs, they normally don't tell you where to go directly, you have to find it. You'll see what I mean. Alright, in order to hit that button, we gotta throw the boomerang. Dang it. Dang it. It's a pain in the butt to control this thing. There we go. The volley mechanic is very useful for the boomerang. Darn it. Come on. Hit the button. There we go. Just like that, we can get out of here now. Rubs wall, opens the door. And just like that, we helped out like a good Samaritan would, even though we didn't really want to. And now you know how Jet figured out about the train and broke onto it. That's the second tutorial down. On to the third. 5 days before the fateful encounter. There we go. Now you'll be able to get a good look at him. This is our first little access to the save bot. Saves your game for free. kind of very obvious where we're heading to. We're heading to the Southern Sanctuary. I believe we just talked to this guy. He teaches you that important thing that you need to do, because when I first ran out here, I couldn't do it until I talked to him. Which is that. Yep, everything on this map is not revealed to you. You have to run around and spam the square button until you find something that gives you a hint on where you're supposed to be going. Obviously, back then, I didn't know what a compass was and which direction it was. I was pretty stupid. But luckily, I know how it works, which I know exactly where we're going. I'm just going to spam this anyway, because you can't find stuff on the map. Like extra money, items, little signs. But this is where we're going to, the Fallen Sanctuary, which is the Southern Sanctuary that they were talking about. Yeah, basically Gallows is your magic and world map tutorial. And by the way, you keep every single item from every tutorial that you've done so far, so we have a right half of a photo when you should not have that. I'm gonna go ahead and activate this lever. Because it activates the stairs. Who in the heck puts it? Puts a lever that activates the stairs down after a jump. We could go upstairs, but it doesn't lead us to anywhere useful yet. Firmly grasp the block and push it forward onto the button. Just like that, and the door opens. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot more tutorial with Gallows than most of the other characters. Which we need to head into this room, which has these 3 chests in it. Which give you a tutorial, and the freeze ball doll, which you need to progress further into there. But you hold it, and then you can spin around in circles and freeze things. It's infinite, so don't worry about holding it forever. I just find this tool the most funniest tool in the game so far that I use. Now, if you notice, Gallows has a shotgun, or sawed-off shotgun, as an arm. Has very low ammo, very powerful. But against these things, it does jerk all for damage. Hence why you gotta use this menu over here, which is your Arcana. Which I believe, if I remember correctly, these things are weak against ice. Yep, red means critical damage. In order for you to even use the Arcana to begin with, you gotta raise your FP to the required FP amount. So in other words, these two require 10, this would be 12, and this would be 4. It doesn't use up any of the bars, so you can cast as much as you want, but if you use up that FP gauge for a special ability, you ain't gonna be able to cast any more magic until you refill it. Hence the mini carrots. Oh yeah, I forgot another thing. As you level up, the higher your level, the more FP you start out with in a battle. So not only do your main parameters increase, so does your FP gauge by 1 level for every level that you have. I think it goes up to a certain point. Like I said, you can hold it and just spin the wind, baby. To hit all of the little torches in that room. I think in the future, I think there might be some time torches where you can only take them out within a certain time. Ow. There goes 6 vitality right there. Yeah, this basically teaches you about resistances and weaknesses. Like those pill bugs are resistant to being shot, but not very resistant to magic. That magic being ice. The other spell is a water spell. Doesn't do as much damage, but still gets the job done. But I'd much rather exploit their weakness than exploiting a non-weakness. You can also set up for auto battle too if you don't feel like doing the battle, like if the enemies are incredibly weak. I rarely ever use auto battle, since I don't want my people to instantaneously die. They're also dropping gems, which I believe are... Let's take a look at them. Yep, they allow you to consume the gem in order to cast the spell. So, in other words, if the person doesn't have the ability to cast ice magic, you can use that ice gem to be able to cast ice magic. Fortunately, since we can cast both water and ice magic, it's not... Gems aren't really all that useful to us. If we had 4 people, then we'd probably be able to skip these battles. Critical damage does your call. Oh yeah, like I said, shooting your gun, blocking, defending, not blocking, like dodging out of the way of enemy attacks will increase your force gauge along with taking damage. Casting spells will not increase your force gauge, and neither will using the force gauge. Fortunately, we can't do anything with this. If I step on the switch, the door will open. Step off the switch, the door will close. Step on the switch, the door will open. And the freeze all does not help. As you can see, it does not freeze the door open. So we'll end up having to come back here with other tools and see what we can do. I believe Gallows' tutorial isn't all too long, so we should just be about finished with it now. Try to take a magical artifact, get attacked by balloon thingies. I'm not going to try to pronounce these enemies' names. They also have weird attack names, like Mission Accomplished and Issuing Warning. They are weak against the water spell, so we're going to pressurize them. Right now we're trying to keep our force gauge up pretty high. Because like I said, a lot of these tutorial bosses are going to be gimmicky. This is where we should learn. There we go. Throws a cordon. Now we're going to see Gallows' special ability, which is his extension, which makes it so whenever he casts a spell, it hits everything. So all these balloons are going to die now, all at once, so they can't split up anymore. Making us win the battle. Dark Scepter is now ours, and we defeated the guys, so now we just need to get out of the dungeon to end the tutorial. Dang pill bugs. Oh yeah, since this thing's a shotgun, some of the bullets will miss. So the damage is really randomized. What you're supposed to do is use the arc scepter. Basically, they're both half of a priest, so make two of them make a full one. At least that's the way he thinks of it. Let's see, Gallows tutorial. Now we just have one more to go. Nine days before the fateful encounter. Den of Miasma. Let's see. Oh yeah, Clive's tool is bombs, which will be very useful. Clive uses a rifle, which has the least amount of ammo in it, but does a lot of damage. There's a ball. We're actually gonna go this way. No, not another random battle. Yeah, random battles will get annoying at some point. But like I said, the more powerful you grow, eventually you can just skip them. Yeah, you see these things, they hurt. Don't touch them. Better off just blowing them up. Which they'll eventually just come right back to life. Which is kind of annoying. Yep, we won't be able to get that one. Like I said, we're gonna have to be forced to revisit some of these locations. Fortunately, we already have ammo, so we gotta reload. Getting Clive to be able to do critical damage is one of the best things, because it can do massive amounts of damage. I don't think Clive dodges very much. Like I said, I need to take a closer look at all their stats after we're done with all this tutorial stuff. By the way, you have infinite amount of bombs, so don't worry about running out of them. I remember when I skipped so many fights back when I was playing this. It's like, yeah, you kind of need to do them for this thing called experience. Because, you know, you actually just want to be able to beat the enemies that you're trying to fight instead of having to run away from them constantly. And being under-leveled and stuff like that. Ow. Definitely did not mean to walk into him. You gotta get pretty close to lay down the bomb to blow him up. Ow. I don't think you get hurt by blowing up yourself. Well, now there's no way back. And there it is. The very thing we came to kill. The This fight's gonna be tough. Not because we do a lot of damage, it's the fact that he only has 2 bullets, and we gotta reload constantly because of it. Yep, now we have Clive's ability, which is Lock On. Means a shot is unable to miss. But unfortunately, we have to reload. Yeah, but unfortunately you didn't foresee that. Just like that, he passes out due to all the poison he's been accumulating since he's been in this dungeon. Just like he says, we are poisons and will take constant damage for moving around. So in other words, our mission objective is get out of here as fast as possible. Damn it. Alright, I hate these stupid mushrooms. Jellyfish thingies. Bombs, 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 bombs. Yep, it teaches you about spamming bombs. Actually, I don't think we even get anything from getting over there except for more crystals. I believe we are trying to get out of here, so we just jump down here. Walk up here. I guess I must have missed it, but whatever. We need to hurry up and get out of here before we end up dying from poison. Yep, the monster flew off. We were unable to kill it. They'll be angered. Time for battle number 2. Miss. We can't really do a whole heck of a lot with it being up in the air. And I believe we get infinite antidotes for this fight, so don't get used to having it infinitely. Oh, never mind, it's just gone forever. Boop, misses. Lock on. Go with Drake with the gun. Lock on with the gun. Shoot it some more until it dies, pretty much. That's the entire gimmick to this fight. There we go. Didn't really get a chance to heal this time because it had no lair to go back to. And with that, all the tutorials are done. Now I get to see what actually happens. And with that, fortunately, I'm going to have to end off the stream. Because I actually have to go make food and stuff like that. Yeah, we can't get a cutscene at the end every time we cut the game. But thank you all for sitting by if you actually sat by and watched. Which I'll see y'all next time. Next time I'll probably be able to stream. This would be Tuesday. I would like to start Saturday, but that was taken up with some personal family matters. And today is D&D day, so I can't sit around and stream all day because I gotta devote a lot of time to D&D on Sunday now. Then Monday is a movie night, so yep, Tuesday is the only next day I'll be able to stream. See y'all later.